In the part 1 of this tutorial, we have seen how to draw the rear view of a car using simple rectangles and how we can paint it. Okay, so if you haven't seen the part 1, please go back and watch the part 1 first and then come back to this tutorial. Part 1 video link is given in the description box below, and you can also find it at the top right corner of the video. Hi friends, I am VanidasMangathil, and let us now continue with part 2 of the video. We have drawn some buildings in the previous video, and now we are going to paint it. Okay. For the buildings I will use again the same color, but maybe a little bit less watery. Okay. I think it could be a little bit more lighter in color. Okay, here I am actually in my mind. I am just thinking about the kind of perspective. I'm not making it very precise. It is just a kind of an idea that I am developing while painting. There is no perfect drawing here. It is just a kind of a box shape in perspective. So the buildings can be treated as kind of boxes, and I'm just painting those big shapes, a kind of a silhouette. It is not with lot of details. And some of the shadow area of the box, I'm just painting it with darker tones. And it is sort of very suggestive, and there is no clear distinction of various planes of the building. Little bit of maybe suggestion of some reflection here. See, as I was mentioning, this is not a well planned drawing of the buildings. This is just kind of some ideas that I am trying to develop while painting, and little bit of suggestion of maybe some architectural details here and there. Okay. I think it is a good idea to practice this kind of painting where things are not very clearly planned in advance. And while painting this particular area, I am little careful about painting around the cars. Okay. I think the right side building is reasonably okay now. Splashing some water to create some textures. And what I find now is that the reflection, the dark reflection of the car, we have we have almost lost it. We have to reinstate the reflection of the car. Okay. Now something on the left side. Okay. Some buildings on the left side. Probably the cars are on a narrow road, and on either side there are tall buildings. That is the kind of idea that I am probably thinking of. See, the pencil mark that I have made initially in part 1, I am not strictly following it. I have made the pencil marks just to show some kind of uh, a shape. Okay, it is some kind of I have made some loose marking with pencil to kind of note my ideas. Okay, it is not a precise drawing, so I have the freedom to paint the buildings the way I am, the way I wanted to do it now. Okay, I'm not strictly following any drawing. See, the foreign buildings are drawn painted with little lighter tones because I wanted to depict some sense of distance there. Okay, now it is darker because these kind of boxy shapes for the buildings are slightly nearer to me. So I am making it slightly darker. Okay. Again, here again some suggestion for the reflection, and now I feel that probably I'm making it too congested. Okay, let us see how best we can handle it. See, this is an issue when we paint without too much of planning. Okay, but I still feel that it is good enough. It is a narrow road, and both the side of the road we have tall buildings, and the atmosphere is maybe a little cloudy. Okay, a little rainy, and that is why I have gone for the monochromatic approach of grayish kind of thing. See, these tiny touches, dark touches, small touches, these are some kind of architectural kind of enhancements, some kind of uh, brushworks to suggest some architectural information into this silhouette. Okay, and I don't want to do it too much. Okay, this line went slightly off. This both the lines went slightly off the perspective, but I feel that is okay. As this is not the focus, and some suggestion for the left side buildings also. See, you will see that these tiny marks that we are making now, they are not perfectly, they are not perfect. Okay, they are not precise, but they create some interest. Okay, they create some illusion of the some illusion of architectural details of the building. I think that is sufficient. That much information is sufficient to make it little interesting and to convincingly say that it's a group of, it's a bunch of buildings, it's a group of buildings. Okay. I'm making now darker tones uh, with the same combination like Payne's gray and little bit of burnt umber and a little bit of red. And I'm reinstating the cars now because initially the car was having good amount of contrast, but by painting darker things around it, we have lost the contrast now. We need to reinstate or uh, re- I mean to kind of enhance the reflection and probably the back plane of the car also. Okay, at this point I'm doing the reflection, I'm reinstating, I'm strengthening the reflection so that that reflection has good amount of contrast and it is readable among the uh, I mean the other dark tones. Okay, so I am making it strongly darker so that it is having good amount of contrast. I think the back plane of the car also needs some distinction. Now I think the shape of the car is strengthened and it is getting good contrast and it grabs attention. That is the idea. We haven't changed the shape, okay? So we just enhance the tones a little bit. See, if you look at this, it is just two cars and a surrounding context in a silhouette. Okay, so no, not too much of details. Some darker touches on the car I'm thinking of, and maybe some shadow areas. I think I have spoiled it. It shouldn't be too much, this much dark. Maybe I will soften it a little bit. I think we'll lift it little. Those tone went too dark. I think some kind of other things like a lamp post maybe. These are some additional interest so that as a whole it looks more interesting. Maybe a small traffic lamp here. This is purely from imagination, so we can add whatever we want, and even if I mean you make some mistakes, it is okay. See, we are we are not making a what you call it as a commissioned work or a gallery work here. we are learning, so it's okay. I mean, if you are making mistakes, it's okay. And further, when I said about the colors that I am using, but if you are not getting the precise colors, if you are using some other brand and the shades are different, don't worry about it. Okay. This while speaking, I think this white lines that I have made, it got little bent. Okay, it should have been more straight. Okay. See, the paper is now buckled. The paper is buckled. You cannot see it on camera, but I can see that the paper is buckled and the straight lines are not getting straight enough. Now I'm thinking of adding some figures, and I wanted to mark the figure height just with a touch of white. We could use pencil also, but it is already a dark paper, so I don't want to. I mean, even if I make a pencil drawing, it may not be visible on the camera. Okay, so I'm just using some thick white paint to suggest where the top of the head is there, where is the shoulder for the figure, and later we can actually paint the figures. Right now I am using the same sort of color, dark colors to suggest the figure, and I'm just painting the top of the head and the shoulder and part of the upper body, and then I am just merging that into the background, so that we don't have to really worry about the details of the figure. Okay, I'm just painting some portions of the upper body and then kind of smudging it down. Okay. I think this is reasonably okay. Adding some opaque orange touches for the exposed body part, mainly the face. Okay, and yeah, I think this much of suggestions are good enough, and maybe some orange touches wherever possible. I can see that the paper is little, what do you call it as? The paper is little buckled overall, and you can see it. Okay, by pressing it, you can see it on the camera. So I'm finding it little difficult to precisely manage my lines and other things. Okay, and it is also spreading the highlight on the top of the head on the of the rightmost figure. I mean, it is spreading now. I will stop it now and declare it as done by signing it. Okay. All right. So I'm just taking a look at if I need to do some final touches before taking out the tape, and just let me think what else we can do. Maybe some cables or electrical lines or cables uh, across. These are some, you will always find some cables hanging around in most of the city scenes. Okay, so I'm taking a liner brush and I'm taking the same dark tones and suggesting some cables hanging around. Okay, again, don't have to be very precise. These are just some suggestions. Right. What else? uh, maybe I'm just looking at if I need to give some touches of dark somewhere to make it, I mean, to add little bit more interest. That's it. These are not any precise drawings. Okay. I think I will stop at this particular point and we can treat it as probably done. Okay. Now let me take out the tape and I have taken out the tape and I have edited it out, that portion, and I think we can treat it as done. Okay. See, the primary objective was to make the cars here, these two cars, and everything else is a context. Okay, everything else is a context, and we don't have to worry too much about. Pay attention to these cars, the shapes, the tone changes, etc. The main important thing is the overall geometrical shape of the car and the plane change, and the plane change will lead to tone changes. Okay. So I hope this video was informative to you and you could learn something from this video. If you think it is useful, informative, please subscribe to my channel and press the bell notification. If you think it can help in your artist friends, please share it to them so that they also get benefit of this class. Let me know if you have any questions or queries. Write them into the comment box below. I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. So once again, thank you very much for watching the video, and we will soon find you in another interesting tutorial, and happy painting until then. Bye bye.